paid for people's probate, sort of advanced the money for them, knowing that, I would get reimbursed on the backside. Does your firm do any sort of like kind of portion of the estate, percentage of the estate get paid later kind of thing? Or is that, I know there's some attorneys that do that, some don't.
Percentage of the estate, I more so am familiar with that happening in California. We don't really do that in Arizona. At least as far as I'm aware. David, feel free to correct me.
No, that was changed about 30 years ago. Yeah, we got rid of that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think so. There are some cases where we're familiar with families that are going through crises. And so if you really can't afford it and we need to get you out of this situation, we will do the best that we can to work with you price-wise and do what we need to do in terms of getting things on the back end if we're going to be selling a property and collecting that information. So half up front. There are things that we can do to step in and help out those situations, definitely.
Definitely. And if anybody's like concerned about that, you can work with the attorney. If you're selling to like a well-known investor like me, I've paid for people's probate, sort of advanced the money for them, knowing that I would get reimbursed on the backside. Now I've had people, I've paid for their probate and then they went around behind my back and sold the property to someone else, and then I was out thousands of dollars. That's a risk I have to take sometimes, and that's a situation basis. But if you guys if someone's coming to you to work with you, and this is a question for both of you, what tips do you have for them to make that process go smoother? What should they have ahead of time? How do you work smoother? Because some people, they get into things and they're handholder people or whatever. What tips do you have to just make the process go easier?
When we're working with clients, we really want to educate them, and especially on the pre-death side and the planning side, you need to make sure the professional with whom you're working is educating you about what they're doing and why. They're not just having you sign here and put up some forms. So when a client will typically call our office on the estate planning side, the pre-death side, we have staff members that coach them through our process so they understand what we do and make sure that they're an appropriate client for us. If someone's looking for the McDonald's type plan, we just tell them up front, we're probably not the best person for you because we can't do the type of work we do at the price you're looking for, which is a McDonald's type plan. The next thing we do when they schedule the appointment with us, everyone gets a questionnaire. It's not overwhelming. It's about 15, 20 minutes. They might not even know how to answer every question, but we encourage them to go through that. Because when it's an individual, when it's someone representing a family, maybe it's one spouse who's making the appointment for a married couple, it will trigger questions for them to answer or to at least discuss before they come in with us, and then they'll know what questions to ask. So the biggest thing for us coming in is prepping them for our process, because it absolutely is a process, and have them understand what questions beforehand so we can make our time together more productive.